FIFA president called for action. Referee Michael Oliver and VAR clearly cheated Arsenal. Outrage at the City Ground. Arsenal denied a clear penalty as refereeing and VAR spark fresh Premier League storm. Arsenal's goalless draw against Nottingham Forest should have been remembered as another hard-fought step in a Premier League title charge. Instead, it has become a lightning rod for controversy. A disputed handball incident involving Ola Aina, referee Michael Oliver's on-field decision, and VAR's intervention ignited fury among Arsenal fans, pundits, and analysts. With calls growing for accountability, transparency, and even intervention at the highest levels of world football governance, this match has reopened the debate over whether VAR is protecting fairness or undermining it. A goalless draw that felt like a loss. In the unforgiving landscape of a Premier League title race, not all dropped points feel the same. Some draws are earned, others are endured, and then there are those that leave behind a lingering sense of injustice, matches that refuse to fade quietly into the fixture list because of a single moment that changes everything. Arsenal's 0-0 draw with Nottingham Forest at the City Ground belongs firmly in the latter category. On paper, the result extended Arsenal's lead at the top of the table to 7 points. In reality, it felt like a missed opportunity, one shaped not by a lack of effort or ambition, but by a refereeing decision that many believe directly denied the Gunners a deserved victory. At the heart of the controversy was a second-half incident involving Nottingham Forest defender Ola Aina, Arsenal forward Gabriel Jesus, referee Michael Oliver, and the video assistant referee team led by Darren England. What followed was a familiar yet deeply unsettling sequence: appeals, replays, explanations, and widespread disbelief. For Arsenal supporters, this was not merely a bad call, it was another chapter in a growing narrative of inconsistency, opacity, and perceived injustice in Premier League officiating. Setting the scene, what was at stake? Arsenal traveled to Nottingham knowing exactly what was on the line. With title rivals dropping points elsewhere, Arsenal's side had a golden chance to move 9 points clear of the summit of the Premier League. In a season where margins are razor-thin and momentum is everything, such a gap could have sent a powerful psychological message to the rest of the division. Nottingham Forest, fighting their own battles, set up to frustrate. The City Ground was hostile, compact, and tense. Arsenal dominated possession, probed patiently, and pinned Forest deep for long spells, but clear chances were at a premium. Then came the moment that changed the conversation entirely. The incident, Ola Aina, the ball, and the penalty that never came. Shortly after the restart, Arsenal intensified their pressure. A loose ball inside the Nottingham Forest penalty area caused panic. Gabriel Jesus hovered nearby as Ola Aina and Elliot Anderson attempted to shield the ball out of play. In the ensuing scramble, neither defender managed a clean clearance. The ball appeared to strike Ola Aina's upper arm, an arm that many observers felt was away from his body, increasing his silhouette inside the box. Arsenal players immediately appealed. Referee Michael Oliver waved play on, awarding only a corner kick. Within seconds, VAR intervened, halting the game for a review. Hope surged among Arsenal fans. This was exactly the type of incident VAR was designed for: clear, objective, decisive. What followed instead reignited one of modern football's most toxic debates: VAR's verdict, natural position, and the language of ambiguity. After a brief review, VAR upheld the on-field decision: no penalty. TNT sports commentators relayed the justification. Aina's arm was deemed to be in a natural position, and the movement was described as instinctive. Later, the Premier League Match Center issued an official explanation on X. The referee's call of no penalty to Arsenal was checked and confirmed by VAR, with it deemed that the ball was played off Aina's shoulder first, while his arm was also in a natural position. For many Arsenal supporters, this explanation only deepened their frustration. What exactly is a natural position in a sport where defenders are trained to manipulate body shape? How can a decision be so definitive when replays appeared to show the arm influencing the ball's path? These questions echoed far beyond the City Ground. Michael Oliver under the spotlight.
Michael Oliver is one of the Premier League's most experienced referees. He has officiated Champions League finals, major international fixtures, and countless high-profile domestic matches. Yet experience does not place officials beyond scrutiny. Critics argue that Oliver's immediate decisions set the tone for VAR's review. Because he did not award a penalty initially, VAR faced a higher threshold to overturn the call. This has become one of VAR's most persistent flaws. The concept of clear and obvious error often protects the original decision rather than pursuing absolute correctness. Arsenal fans were quick to point out perceived patterns, not just in this match but across seasons, where marginal calls repeatedly seem to fall against them. Whether coincidence or confirmation bias, the perception itself is damaging. The Arsenal reaction: fury, disbelief, and controlled anger. On the pitch, Arsenal players were visibly frustrated but restrained. Mikel Arteta, speaking post-match, carefully chose his words, aware of the fines and sanctions that often come with outspoken criticism of referees. Yet his body language and tone betrayed clear dissatisfaction. Among supporters, restraint was nowhere to be found. Social media erupted with accusations of incompetence, inconsistency, and even outright bias. Phrases like "Arsenal robbed" and "VAR failure" dominated timelines. Fan channels, including reaction shows and podcasts, dissected the incident frame by frame, many concluding that Arsenal had been denied a stone-wall penalty. Calls for accountability, from PGMOL to FIFA. As the debate intensified, attention shifted beyond the Premier League. Fans and commentators began calling for greater accountability from PGMOL, the body responsible for refereeing standards in England. Others went further, urging intervention from football's global leadership, including FIFA, to enforce clearer handball interpretations and VAR protocols. While no official FIFA statement was issued regarding this specific incident, the growing calls reflect a wider frustration felt across leagues. The argument is simple: if football's laws are universal, then their interpretation should not feel arbitrary. The handball law, a rule that refuses to settle. Few rules in football have undergone as many revisions or caused as much controversy as handball. The introduction of VAR was supposed to clarify. Instead, it has magnified every gray area. Key issues include: what constitutes a natural arm position? Does intent matter if the arm clearly affects play? Why do similar incidents produce different outcomes week to week? Until these questions are addressed with genuine clarity, controversy is inevitable. Impact on the title race. From a purely mathematical standpoint, Arsenal remain in a commanding position, but football is not played on spreadsheets. Dropped points, especially those perceived as unjust, can affect confidence, rhythm, and emotional energy. Arsenal responded professionally on the pitch, but moments like this linger in dressing rooms and fan bases alike. As the season marches on, the hope is simple: that clarity, fairness, and accountability finally catch up with technology.